Actually, I just thought of something. While we're at it, I am not opposed to going to Sapphire City just for a little bit, because I always like to visit there just before we actually have to go there for the whole end of the world shenanigans. And, I mean, normally just a creative fly point, but I can't actually fly, so that's not really that much of a point to it, but still. I'm going to try heading over there anyway, because, yeah, I sort of want to... Hi, swimmer. Oh, yeah, I need to dive, don't I? Oh, right, I need to teach, someone dive. Don't know why, but Chad's always a funny-sounding name to me. And Golduck's a bit of a weird Pokemon. I've never really liked Golduck all that much. Its stats are just really mediocre in just about everything. Aqua Tail. Okay. And, hey, now I guess I'm in 2 KO range. Thanks for that. Probably gonna have to delete Slash for Dive. I know that Ice Fang really doesn't out-damage Surf unless it's, double super effective, but there are points where it will be. I really hope that the TM of Ice Beam is not post-game only, because that's my main, idea for Drake at this point. No, I can't dive deep, but I will once I be able to, I will be able to once I get Dive. Yeah. It's kind of obvious that there's a dive spot around here because, well, I just saw it coming in. Now, where is my dive, HM? It's right down here, isn't it? Yes, and naturally Tuber is the only one who can learn it. So, good thing I actually have a dive user, because if I didn't, I would actually be forced to swap out one of my pairs for something that can learn dive. So, yeah, gonna get rid of Slash. I don't use that all that much anyway. I mean, Dive is physical, so... And it's got 80 power, too, which is not bad. I expected it to be lower, but... So I guess we do have a physical water option. See, actually down here leads into Sapphire City. For now, though, I would see if I could find that dive spot that Rita and... You there, though, you. Also, the dive spot is, like, right behind that guy who was talking about, yeah, dive spots. He has really low vision. Also, Spencer. Hi, ridiculously younger version of the Palace Maven. Now, Staryus in-game tend to have very weird movesets consisting of things like Camouflage. They aren't Psychic type yet, though, so no weakness to Crunch. Tentacruel. As much as I don't like this, I know this is kind of risky, but I do have Bulldoze, which is going to be super effective, and Tentacle doesn't really like physical moves, so this is probably my best option. Now, this is a big, stupid jellyfish. Oh, speaking of physical moves, it's going to be very resistant to them now. But at least it's going to be slower now. See, that still did quite a lot, even with the +2 defense. So, yeah, Tentacruel's physical defense is not that great. Come on, let's take out this big, stupid jellyfish. Disclaimer, I am not familiar with the Mass Effect series at all. In fact, I'm actually really not a fan of it, but... Still, I find a lot of the lines funny. Western RPGs are just one of those genres that's not really my thing. Everyone has certain game genres they're not really into. For me, it's first-person shooters and Western RPGs. Which, interestingly, seems like a lot of Japanese people aren't into those genres either. I'm also terrible at fighting games, but I do like fighting games. I like watching fighting games, and I like the stories of a lot of them. I just am terrible at playing them. Yeah, again, the area nav. But... we can dive here, so let's go underwater for the first time. Down we go. Well, that was pointless. I remember a lot of dive spots being completely useless, and this must be one of them. So our first dive was a spectacular failure. I guess that guy's not really missing out on much by missing that dive spot. Now, the dive spot guarded by Rita and Sam, that sounds like a good place to check, but for now, I'm going to check this one too. Oh, okay, this is something new. There's also seaweed down here, so, also, take a look at the area now. This says Route 124. Now, this is just mostly important for Nuzlocke-style encounter rules. In the original games, all of the underwater areas were simply identified as underwater. And that meant that you really only got one encounter on any underwater area. But now we could get an encounter here, and this could give us things like Clam Pearl or Relicanth, maybe. But this is new. That's a really nice encounter theme, though. Yeah, they've actually added scuba diving trainers now, which is really cool, I admit, because it means that, yeah, finally, we actually get to battle people underwater. And yeah, we get to see the ball going out in slow motion, which is pretty awesome. Don't think this pair was exactly the best for this fight, though, but the background is amazing. Just because if I use Crunch, I may trip Poison Point. Please don't let, that... Okay, good, no Poison Point. See, that still did quite a lot of damage, even though I'm resisted. Gotta be very careful, though, because I technically don't get a heal until... And of course I trip Poison Points! Yes! I knew I would do that eventually! You're annoying. Glug. Glug, 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 glug. So apparently, our scuba diving gear also lets us translate glug language. This music's pretty cool, though. Yeah, even in the original Ruby and Sapphire, the diving music actually went on for quite a while. I want to see if we actually can find Pokemon down here. Oh, okay, I guess we can. Oh, Chinchou! Okay! I forgot you could get Chinchou down here. I'm so glad that I switched Tuber out. This is annoying, though, because I don't want to do too much damage here. And I keep thinking that, like, Overheat's going to be weaker underwater, but it's not. Would be kind of cool if battles underwater were always treated as if there was rain. I guess that would sort of make sense, you know, weakening fire moves, increasing the power of water moves. Okay, do I have any dive balls? I have net balls, I have one master ball, which I'm not using. I could go for a net ball, maybe. But Chinchou and Lantern are pretty interesting Pokemon because they're water and electric types, which gives them a lot of resistances, in fact. Originally, they were one of the very few Pokemon that resisted the combination of Thunderbolt and Ice Beam, which was a really big deal. And yes, I caught that thing pretty effortlessly. I think Chinchou's name is a sort of a weird rearrangement of the Chinese word for lantern, I think. Or is it Japanese? I'm not sure. Chinchou's two antennas are filled with cells that generate strong electricity. This Pokemon's cells create so much electrical power it even makes itself tingle slightly. Yeah, interesting. Okay, name. Okay, I have a name, although I'm not actually going to try and pronounce this until I research how it's pronounced, but it's a particular type of Chinese bamboo flute. Don't know why it just sounded kind of appropriate, so... That is pretty much all we can do down here. The annoying thing is, I've heard there are hidden items down in these areas, and the dowsing machine doesn't work. Oh, sorry, you might not have been able to hear what I was saying there. Yeah, I was just saying about how, yeah, there are hidden items down there, and the dowsing machine may not work. So, have I battled you? I have. And we're back in the first area of this place. So, if we go past Rita and Sam here... Now, they were guarding this dive spot, and it better be good. Underwater we go. Well, they were guarding a scuba diver, it looks like. Pretty sure these people won't actually battle you unless you specifically talk to them. Well, looks like we've also got bloop language. Bloop boop, bloop boop boop boop. But, yeah, a female scuba diver. Seeking, okay. Well, this may cause severe devastation underwater, but I just want to try this. Ba-boom! Wahaha! Yeah, that does a lot of damage despite X-Cloud's low-ish stats. Sorry, okay. Sorry, let's just finish this thing off. Yeah, if I sneeze, it's... yeah, don't pay attention to it, it's just stupid dust. Bloop. Bloop, 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 bloop. Okay, we can actually surface there. And it looks like there's a better encounter rate down here than there used to be. Kind of the lantern, really? You can find straight up lanterns in the wild? Yeah, originally on the open sea, the encounter rate was massive, and underwater, the encounter rate was minuscule, but I guess they've reversed it now. Ah, Clampearl. This Pokemon's kind of interesting because effectively it can evolve into two really different things. Gorbius is usually the better of the two. Although, I mean, back in my day, I always used to pick Huntail mostly because, I mean, come on, Deep Sea Tooth sounds so much more awesome than Deep Sea Scale. Clampearl itself can actually be surprisingly powerful holding the Deep Sea Tooth. Because it doubles its special attack stat, and hey, 2 Clampearls, 1 for each. It just doesn't make sense to me, though, how a clam can evolve into either an eel or a... whatever Gorbius is. Seriously, what is Gorbius? Gorbius also has some really horrifying Pokédex entries. Like, really disturbing Pokédex entries. All about sucking fluids and stuff. Yeah, like some kind of aquatic vampire thing. But we can surface here. Where will this lead us? To an item, a blue shard, but what seems the most interesting is this sparkly patch here. What? Okay, that's very weird. I was expecting a lot of things, but Pincerite wasn't one of them. I mean, Pincerite in the ocean? I mean, you'd find that in a forest, wouldn't you? That's really weird. Again, I was expecting a whole lot of Megastones, but Pincerite was not one of them. But let's see what's over in the other spot. Yeah, definitely a much higher encounter rate down here, which is kind of... I might have wanted to climb... Oh, I mean, alright, Clampearl's kind of interesting, but I mean, I pretty much already have everything I need for water types, really. Got a potential Ludicolo, got a potential Melodic, I've got Sharpedo, pretty much everything I need. I've got a Wailmer as well, so... yeah. Oh, speaking of Wailmer, something that I might just want to point out quite urgently. Yellow Shard. Nothing I can really use, but at least we get to hear this awesome music again, for however briefly. Something that I need to point out urgently about Wailmer, though. Someone I know might have said something about this, and it just seems like something to warn you all about. Yeah, just to warn you, if you're surfing on Wailmer, because Wailmer has basically a specific surfing sprite of its own, be a bit careful, because if the Wailmer evolves while you're surfing on it, there's a slight possibility that the game may crash. So, yeah, that might be addressed in a future patch, but for now, just be careful. I'm not sure if this happens if you're surfing on a Kavana, which has no unique surfing sprites, and evolving into Sharpedo, which does, But the fact that Whalmer has a unique surfing sprite and its evolved form Whalelord doesn't, which is really weird because Whalelord should have a gigantic surfing sprite, but anyway. Yeah, evolving a Whalmer while you're surfing on it might crash the game. So, just a warning to anyone who has a Whalmer and is using it around the time when it would evolve. Now, this route is not the route where it's a triathlete as well. Yeah, these guys totally aren't like those swimmers. Despite the fact that they are swimming trainers who also use water types. Yeah, they're totally different. Okay, let's see how much I do with Secret Power first. I've also taught Airhorn Shadow Ball just for those few opponents that Boom Burst doesn't hit. I mean, really, I have no reason not to just Boom Burst everything at this point, but I like how the sky darkens when it's raining too. It's pretty cool. I mean, it might be dangerous for surfing though, but I'm interested to see what the battle backgrounds look like at the time when, spoilers, Kyogre's unleashed upon the world, but anyway. Goodbye, weird rabbit fairy thing that's ridiculously strong. Yeah, our levels are certainly going up a little bit. I don't want to get too high. This is why I'm not going to Shoal Cave or I'm not going to Pacific Log just yet. I mean, if worse comes to worse, I may go to Pacific Log. Yeah, it's a sport of men, and yet you have to train your Pokemon, okay. Also, for some reason, there's a giant underwater dive strip here. Didn't recognize that being in the original games, but yep, here's Satopolis City, the big white rock that it is. And we can't access it from here. There's also a surfing ace trainer there. But yeah, there's really actually nothing much to say about these routes once you've seen Ludicolo, okay. Guess there is something to say about these routes. Sort of once you've seen one surfing area, you've pretty much seen them all. Which is why a lot of people don't like this part of the game, but they have made an effort to, that's gonna be, oh, I thought it would be surf. Anyway. They have, I thought, because previously Nature Power's Hydro Pump was for underwater, not on water. On water was surf. I guess it's changed. But yeah, they have made an effort to make this less annoying though, so to all reviewers who don't seem to realize that, you clearly haven't actually properly played the game. Yeah, my levels are getting a little worryingly high, so I might want to avoid trainers for this point, although there is a surfing ace trainer down there, and I am interested to battle her, maybe with Bone Flute, because that might be Bone Flute's only chance to fight something that isn't a water type here. So let's just go down here. Hi, surfing ace trainer. Interesting. That certainly seems to contradict the fact that Lucario was supposedly the first Pokemon to Mega Evolve. But Crobat, see? This is actually a good chance for me to use Bone Flute here. I do like these surfing ace trainers. They definitely break up the monotony of having to fight nothing but water types. Oh, acrobatics. That could be kind of painful. Oh yeah, I do have this Satopolis City Pokemon Center as well, but using it now means I have no heal before Wallace, so... Or, no heal before Kyogre, so I might actually leave things as they are for the moment, although my HP is getting a little low at this point. Stupid acrobatics being so powerful because trainers never use items in this... yeah. Oh, and it would have been funny if I actually Mega Evolved in that battle, but I didn't. Actually, it would have been terrible because Crobat pretty much perfectly counters Sceptile. Interesting. But I guess there's nothing left to do but just dive here, really. So, underwater we go. And yes, we're in this huge underwater trench with lots of, I technically could get a new encounter here. I mean, it's not hard to think that. Also, this little offshoot of an area looks... Don't need to repel anymore, I don't think. Because I can avoid most of the stuff here. See, look, there's a dive spot there. Why is it I keep thinking I need to press B to surface? I'm wondering what I'm thinking of here. So what do we have here? Okay, leads to nothing but another dive spot. The whole interconnecting labyrinth of dive spots is kind of confusing in this game, but oftentimes they lead to useful stuff. See, look here, it leads to another dive spot. Hopefully we'll eventually find something useful. Like an item and a secret base cave. Another shard, but I guess that's alright. But I better go ahead and check this secret base spot out just because we came a long way to get here. A little disappointing, honestly. I don't think I'll take this secret base. Once again, I'll just say, at least we get to hear this amazing music again. And it's gone. Now it's going to take ages to get back to where I was before, because I'm going to have to dive, resurface, dive, resurface, dive, resurface. Ugh. I might as well just cut until I get back there, actually. Well, wait a minute. If this is something new, I have to catch it. And it's not new, because it's a lantern. I should definitely switch bone fluid out of the top of the party, I just realized. Probably might be a good idea to do that. Okay, so we're back here, and there was nothing but a school of love disc here. Now, there used to be a lot of heart scales under the water. Back when I first played these games, I mean as in the original Ruby and Sapphire, I actually, honestly, legitimately thought that heart scales were a limited resource. Yeah, and I was just, I thought only the ones you got on land were the ones that you actually got, period. But then it turned out that, yeah, that's called drowning. You don't want to do it. Hey look, it's Scuba Diver Tristan. He's got a Warlord. Yeah, Warlord's not quite as big as it would sort of suggest here, but the animation for Bite is certainly bigger than it was normally. And once again, another awesome flinch from Clarinet. But anyway, yeah, I thought that heart scales were actually limited, but they actually weren't. You can get more by finding them off of love discs. Glug, 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 glug. Yeah, for some reason, Tristan's taken to scuba diving. Diving is easy, you just have to sink. Yep, that definitely sounds like Tristan. Wait, what was that? Oh, it's a relic here. Okay. Yeah, getting the Reggies is going to be kind of difficult in this challenge. Of course, I can't actually catch them anyway because they don't have genders, so I'm not actually going to go after them. I might go after them in a bonus episode or something, I don't know, but, is there seriously nothing here? Oh, there's... My reward for coming out this far as a trainer? Well, if they're a mermaid, then it was probably worth it, but they're obviously not. And they have a love disc! Yeah, they are kind of not exactly a good reward for just going out of your way to get to this area. See, the interconnecting of dive spots is really weird in this route. You see, that was able to one-shot a love disc. Why couldn't I one-shot a love disc before? Ah, Tentacruel. At least Bite is going to do quite a bit, because Tentacruel's physical defense isn't that great, like I've already pointed out before. Yeah, that does a lot. Of course, I think it's still going for Bubble Beam. Don't lure my... Okay, good. Now, die, you big stupid jellyfish. Please learn Crunch now. Thank you, finally. Again, I shouldn't be complaining, because if this was X and Y, it would not learn Crunch until level, like the 60s, but still, that's quite late for Crunch. But hopefully this should be pretty cool. Yeah, you're telling me. You're not a mermaid, I call false advertising. Yeah, I kind of want to disappear in a wave of despair due to this dive spot leading me out into the middle of nowhere. But anyway, it's dive time. I think we've done every... Is that an item? Oh wait, no, it's a scuba diver. I think I'm still going to battle as many scuba divers as possible, because they weren't in the original games, and I want to show that off. Utaka, okay. How does a Pelipper even fly underwater? Also, how does Mighty Enna breathe underwater? Don't really question it. I mean, the logic's at least slightly better than it was in the original Pokemon games, but it's still not that great. But it's still fun to have Pokemon battles underwater. Certainly breaks up the diving areas a bit. Makes them seem less, you know, kind of empty. Although, admittedly, they still look kind of empty to me, but maybe that's just me. Ah, Lantern, alright. Trumpeter should be able to handle this quite well. Don't want to get too high, but we need to be about 45 to take on Kyogre, because I think that's what level it is. And then Wallace is 46, so... Yeah. See, Grass Pledge is doing a lot of damage. And yeah, these people don't say very much when they lose. That was obviously a Clam Pearl. Ah, looks like there's something over there. For now, I just want to make sure that I've checked out pretty much everywhere that's down here. I already battled you, didn't I? No, I didn't, okay. Jillian. And Azumarill. That is bad. I need to switch out right now. Yeah, I'm not making the same mistake again of thinking this thing doesn't get play rough for until very late. It actually does have play rough quite early. Except it went for Rain Dance instead. That's weird. And now it's somehow raining underwater. That doesn't make much sense, really, but yeah. Yeah, Trumpeter definitely needs to lay off the experience a little bit. X is a... See, this is the thing! Why is it that everything this thing learns is physical? Why? Can't it just get one special move in its level up move pool? Is Dragon Pulse or even Dragon Breath too much to ask for? Seriously? And I'd much rather, yeah, no, I don't want to learn X-Scissor. I would much rather, you know, my Armaldo learn X-Scissor. I think he does learn that eventually, but not for a bit later. I'm not even really sure what skin diving means. Okay, I think we've done everything we can here. I think the only thing we have left to do is to head into Satopolis City. I always like to just at least give this city a chance to be shown when it's not, you know, when the world's not in peril. And I keep thinking you have to press B to go to the surface. Why do I think that? I'm not sure. But let's surface, and we'll arrive in... Well, more surfing music, but... Okay, that does look pretty cool. We actually get to see the actual deep part of the water there in that sort of underwater trench. And, yeah, the reflections of everything on the water. We've got waterfalls here. Satopolis was always a pretty cool city, but we have here Satopolis City Pokemon Gym. The leader is an artist and lover of water, but the door's just closed. They're not even thinking of excuses to have us not fight the gyms now. As annoying as it is, I'm actually going to have to... You know, I'll save the Pokemon Center for last. Let's explore this side first. So, welcome to Satopolis City, home of White Rock and very interestingly designed houses. Satopolis is interesting in that while most of the region, pretty much all this region, is based off of the Kyushu, the lower region of Japan, Satopolis is actually based off of Greece, which, again, kind of interesting. I guess this place looks pretty cool at night then. I'll have to take that into mind. I always thought the music here was pretty cool. Yeah, that was exactly Team Aqua's plan for Mount Chimney, but, in the original Ruby and Sapphire, but that didn't really work out. Oh, I hate to interrupt the awesome music, but I have to go in here. Yeah, I've already used PP up a little bit. Yeah, me, Alicia? Yes, we get the TM infestation off of a crazy fanboy. Yeah. Wow, you're profoundly creepy. Yes, I know, Full Restore. I really wish I could buy it, but I can't. Yeah, we can't buy pretty much anything there, so that's incredibly irritating. But at least we have the awesome music here to console us. Don't think they ever mentioned Kanto back in the original games. Well, he was a champion at one point, so I guess that does make him the coolest water-type gym leader in the world. In the original, you would have some fans in some areas, but... do I have any fans? Well, I guess there are some people watching these videos. What happens if you say no? Oh yeah, let's just say that Wallace may have lost a lot of fans with his new design. I'm honestly not looking forward to battling him because of that. Oh, this guy! I have been waiting for this guy for so long. Please give me what I think I... Yes! There we go! I mean, Brick Break doesn't sound that amazing now, but the thing is, I'm pretty sure that Sharpedo can learn Brick Break, and that would be really good against Team Aqua. Even explaining it is terrifying. Brick Break used to be the best reliable fighting move in the game back in 3rd gen, but it's really not anymore. But... Wait, what? I could have sworn Sharpedo could learn Brick Break. Why am I misremembering everything? Seriously, well, I mean, at least Armaldo can learn it. That's some consolation. I really could have sworn that Sharpedo could learn Brick Break. I've seen... Wait. Am I misremembering Sharpedo using Brick Break? Am I misremembering it as Brick Break being used on Sharpedo in Stadium games? Maybe. I might be misremembering things. Yeah, what do extraordinary tourists do? This bridge certainly wasn't in the... Wow, we get a new area transition here? Really? Okay, Satopolis definitely didn't have a tree like this before, so what, Satopolis is now Gondor? Interesting. And wow, the Cave of Origin certainly looks more epic than it used to. Please leave. I love how blunt he is. He's just like, this is the Cave of Origin, blah blah spirits, blah blah blah, please leave. Oh, and we have Sable Knights. Wait, Camus the Sable from Fire Emblem? Nah, yeah, just the Sableye Megastone. I was kind of expecting if Melodic got a Mega, its Megastone should probably be here, but it doesn't have a Mega. Like, maybe even the Altaria Knight might be good here, because apparently Lycia has some connection to this town, but... Sootopolis is still a pretty cool place, and it's got more interesting. Like, that tree was not here in the original games. That was kind of interesting. I wonder if a certain NPC is here who used to be in these games. I only learned the truth about this NPC very recently. Kiri. So, this girl here mentioning her mummy and daddy... And she gives you a free berry. She will give you a free berry every day, I'm pretty sure. Weirdly going from referring to herself in third person to not referring to herself in third person in the same line. Yeah, so the interesting thing about Kiri is, she is actually named after the daughter of one of the employees at Game Freak. I think it's... Let me just look it up. I think I'm pretty sure who it is, but I'm not entirely positive. Yes, I was right. It is Junichi Masuda's daughter. So, that is a pretty, nice touch, and actually really sweet when you think about it. So yeah, she is actually named after his daughter, who, I think at the time these games came out, she'd just been born. But yeah, she must be, a lot older now. Maybe she's actually playing these games and seeing the NPC named after her for the first time. Yes, I am, but apparently he's not in. Yeah, it seems like Wallace has got better since the original game, so I guess we must be brave to challenge him. Stobble City, the mystical city where history slumbers. Yes, that makes sense for a city based off of, somewhere in Greece. Really? Invisible dowsing machine items, really? Couldn't even see where we're going there. Yeah, it does seem like a pretty cool place, and that house has no door. You know, in the original games, I always thought that May or Brendan would actually rematch you here somewhere, so I was desperately checking around the place to see if there was anywhere I had an access, but no. You can refuse, okay. But we get the big Whalmer doll. This is one of the big dolls from the original game. I think there weren't very many of them. There was a big Snorlax as well. And I think there were Reggie dolls also programmed into the game, but I don't think you can actually get them at all. So I think they were unused. They may have been distributed through events or something, but, Oh, this is the big Shroomish / big Barboach house, isn't it? Yeah, sadly I don't have a Shroomish. I don't think I have a Barboach either. In fact, yeah, I definitely don't have a Barboach either. So, this house hasn't really changed that much. Before they talk about big Shroomish and Barboach in terms of, like, the... Yeah, they'd record the size of them, which was... I always found the idea of different Pokemon being different sizes to others of their same species really weird. I'm not sure what that was determined by, actually. Was it IVs? I don't know. I guess you do. You have to dive in the sea or fly to even get out of this town. Yeah, I think we already know where that is. Or are they talking about the Reggie ruins? I don't know. Yes, going on an underwater stroll with your Pokemon. Yeah, diving must be pretty hard because, you know, there's always the bends and things like that. Yeah, it's actually pretty hard to get out of this city, so... It's around this area that I had a feeling that, like, that Male Brendan would rematch you. I don't know why, I just sort of did. Oh, Draco Meteor! That would be nice, but I have nothing that's compatible with that. Yes I do. In fact, I may have one of them. Okay, so one brings out power, the other suppresses it. Interesting. The one that brings out power is most likely the one that actually activates Primal Reversion. But really, that's all to do in Satopolis. Now, we could use this center now if we wanted, but I'd rather save this till later. You know, I hope I'll continue to be like you. Well, in Emerald, Wallace certainly was stronger than them because he was the champion, spoilers. Wait a minute. That's interesting. I wonder what that means, though. Not really sure. But yeah, back when I first played Emerald, I actually had not been spoiled on Wallace suddenly being the champion, and that actually kind of floored me. And honestly, I'll talk about this in more detail later. I actually always found Wallace a more challenging fight as a champion than Steven. Then again, that was mostly because I was a major fan of Blaziken back in the day, and Blaziken completely trivializes Steven. Swampert does too, in a way. But yeah. Anyway, though, I guess, really, that's Satopolis done. Now I have to swim out of here. But I think next time we'll actually be going on with the plot and going on to search for where Team Aqua went. So I'll see you then. Actually, I just wanted to point out one very funny thing on the Trainer's Eyes thing that I'm showing. So this guy here, okay, he says favorite Pokemon. I guess it had to be Clamperl. This girl here says favorite Pokemon. Relicanth is cute, isn't it? Now let's take a look at the bottom screen for a second. Favorite Pokemon? Clamperl. Pokemon used? Not Clamperl. Favorite Pokemon? Relicanth. Pokemon used? Not Relicanth, but Clamperl. Something tells me they mixed up these two trainers' descriptions. Yeah. Also, the one Love Disc girl is here, and she says she's gonna show no mercy. I forget if this was the one who actually knocked out my Sharpedo or not, but anyway, I'll see you later.